A girls' physical education class with the wooden wall-mounted equipment known as Swedish wall bars. Canadian soldiers playing ice hockey during the Korean War. The temporary rink was built directly on the frozen river, surrounded by wooden boards, while other soldiers stood around watching the game. Propelling the boat with their feet, the boatman lies on his back on the deck and pushes against the tunnel walls with his feet to move the boat forward. A classic circus with aerial acrobats performing high above the crowd. A person sitting alone at a small table on the balcony of an old crumbling building. Burlesque dancers in stage costumes performing in theaters in London and the United States. A famous high-risk stunt scene from the movie The Hunter. In the film, a sedan crashes out of the 19th floor of a parking garage and plunges into the Chicago River. A costume party with a couple dressed as bizarre characters whose heads are replaced with oversized objects such as hats and lamps. Chief Architect Wernher von Braun, standing beside the 5 massive F-1 rocket engines of the Saturn V rocket. The child suffers from a condition that makes their skin extremely sensitive to daylight and sunlight. So they wear special protective clothing to shield themselves from the sun. An armored turtle car with 4 Maxim machine guns, dual driving controls, and a rounded body designed to deflect bullets. A scene from the movie Grand Prix, filmed at the Monza racetrack in Italy on the steeply banked curve. The first X-ray image was taken by German physicist Wilhelm Röntgen in 1895, depicting his wife's hand. A traditional outdoor meal shared by farmers in the fields during the harvest season. A scene from the movie Poveri ma belli, with Italian actress Marisa Alassio, surrounded by priests in Italy, 1957. A cobbler carefully repairing a shoe in his workshop. Around him are tall wooden shelves filled with old shoes waiting to be repaired or already restored. The swimming instructor is standing at the poolside, using a long pole to support a student practicing floating on the water during a swimming class. A wooden clog seller. Wooden clogs, known as klompen in the Netherlands, are traditional shoes made from solid wood. A well-known fruit vendor in the area. A bustling scene on Main Street in Deadwood, 1876, during the Black Hills Gold Rush. A home television demonstration. The television shown is a Baird television receiver, one of the earliest TV models introduced to the public. Matty on a hot stove. The photograph is a prank, allegedly taken in retaliation against Matty for photographing them while they were doing the dishwashing. A DAF Domburg bus featuring a unique drawer-style engine design. Beautifully curved plowed furrows in the fields, often referred to as contour plowing. A large wooden wheelbarrow with a merchant sitting inside, wearing heavy winter clothing, being pushed along the road by a laborer. A Native American mother and her baby. The baby is wrapped in a traditional cradle board. A woman wearing traditional Palestini embroidered clothing, standing on a balcony overlooking the old city of Jerusalem from the Mount of Olives. Transporting traditional bread. The bread is carried on a simple wooden cart. A child talking with a train conductor on a steam locomotive. A charity kitchen serving impoverished children in Berlin, Germany, during the Great Depression. A beach on the Côte d'Azur, France, where people are wearing vintage-style diving masks and fins. A popular pastime at the time. A young girl happily pretending to talk on the phone at an outdoor public telephone booth on a street in Japan. A moment of interaction between young women and a car on a street in New York City, capturing everyday life in New York. Children running along Rue Mouffetard, an everyday scene of children in Paris, France. A famous German-American circus performer known as the Lady Hercules. She was renowned for her ability to lift weights, bend iron bars, and lift men twice her weight with one arm. A beach with many black and white striped tents set up on the sand. Many people are gathered on the shore and swimming in the water, some still wearing everyday clothes. People transporting a newly purchased television set on a horse-drawn sleigh in harsh weather conditions. A car plunging into a motel swimming pool in Costa Mesa, California. The driver was arrested by police on suspicion of drunk driving. An old-fashioned indoor swimming pool with distinctive architectural details, including tall arched windows and tiled brick walls, typical of early 20th century public bathhouses or university natatoriums. A 1974 Ferrari Dino 246 GTS was found buried underground. The car was discovered in 1978 by a group of children playing in a backyard in Los Angeles, California. A tuba player holding a small baby seated inside the bell of his oversized instrument during a national brass band competition at the Crystal Palace in London. A tragic fire at the Piet de Wit wind farm in Oltjensplaat, Netherlands. 2 engineers managed to escape, but 2 young engineers, aged 19 and 21, were trapped at the top of a turbine and did not survive. Coal breaker boys ages 8-12, sorting coal at Ewan Breaker, South Pittston, Pennsylvania, in dangerous, dusty conditions. New York police arresting people in costume in the early 20th century, when gender non-conforming clothing was illegal, reflecting tensions with the LGBTQ+ community. Construction stun workers lining up to receive their wages next to the first Christmas tree at Rockefeller Center in New York City on Christmas Eve. The battleship USS Missouri, BB-63, passes through the Miraflores locks of the Panama Canal, fitting tightly within the canal's maximum design dimensions. 6 sisters in Hindman, Kentucky. The girls walked 4 miles each way to attend the settlement school. They lived in a family of 13 in a single room without windows. The Hollywoodland sign was erected to advertise a real estate development. The last 4 letters, land, were removed during restoration in 1949, leaving the Hollywood sign known today. The older sister, who bumped her head on a door, is crying in Dai Hung Dong, Seoul, while her younger brother stands nearby beside a wooden door. A U.S. soldier talking with a German woman sunbathing on a wall in Berlin, Germany. A traditional folk amusement, a wooden and metal swing ride, a popular form of entertainment at religious festivals in small towns in Puglia and Campania, Italy. A famous American burlesque dancer walking her pet snake, known for her bold performances featuring reptiles. Students listening to music during an art class. A vintage vinyl record player is placed at the front of the classroom to play music. A mail carrier wearing a hat stands on the ground, delivering letters or newspapers to a woman leaning out of a window on an upper floor of an old building. Data storage. Information was stored on about 62,500 punched cards stacked together. Loading this amount of data into a computer could take up to 4 days. Fashion style and women's freedom expressed through cycling, 1946. behind the scenes during the production of Raise the Titanic. Professional diver Courtney Brown is pulling a 55-foot model of the Titanic ship. Construction scene of the Manhattan Bridge in New York City, viewed from the Brooklyn side, showing the Catherine Ferry landing in the foreground and the bridge under construction in the background. The Little White Schoolhouse in Ripon, Wisconsin, birthplace of the U.S. Republican Party, where people gathered to form a new non-party opposing the expansion of slavery into Western territories. The timber industry near Aberdeen, Washington. Workers from Coates Fordney Lumber Company handle massive railroad logs, likely Douglas fir, Western red cedar, or Sitka spruce. The Prohibition era in the U.S., 1920s. A rum runner truck carrying illegal alcohol from Canada crossed the frozen Detroit River, or Lake St. Clair, but broke through thin ice and got stuck. A Vogelpohl and Norwegian delivery horse fell into the Herengracht Canal with its cart. Locals used a JC Sync lifting device to safely rescue the horse. Early mobile telephone. A heavy metal shoulder frame held the device, with a speaking tube against the cheek and a transmitter box in front for communication. French architect Pierre Debeau descends a staircase he designed at Villa Pradière. It features staggered triangular concrete blocks forming a bold sculptural structure. A passenger boarding a Lufthansa aircraft. The Lufthansa lettering is clearly visible on the fuselage, with a staff member assisting the passenger up the stairs. Drink water from the stream where the horse drinks. A horse never drinks bad water. A quote reflecting a philosophy of living in harmony with nature. First-class upper deck lounge on a Qantas Boeing 747, known as the Captain Cook Lounge. The maritime-themed space featured a stand-up bar and swivel chairs where passengers could enjoy drinks. A long line of Imperial Japanese Army soldiers is climbing a steep section of the Great Wall of China in 1937, at the outset of the Second Sino-Japanese War. Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris. During World War I, the main entrances were protected with large sandbag walls to shield them from bombs and shrapnel. Stained glass windows were also removed for safety. A Swedish couple posing with their pet dog. The woman wears Edwardian attire and a fox fur stole, while the man wears a boater hat and holds a small dog, capturing an intimate family moment. Deliberately destroyed railway infrastructure in Belgrade, Yugoslavia, in 1945 during World War II, where retreating German forces used a sleeper plow to tear up wooden railway sleepers. Fifth-grade students at Montrose Elementary School in Houston, Texas, react with shock, grief, and confusion as Principal Marianne Ivins announces the death of President John F. Kennedy. The survival of Poon Lim, a Chinese sailor who survived after the SS Ben Lomond was torpedoed and sunk during World War II. He drifted alone on this wooden raft for 133 days in the Atlantic Ocean. Inside an elementary school in Africa, a poor village in the Calabria region of southern Italy, 1948. A Polish refugee boy at an evacuation camp in Tehran, Iran, holding a bundle of bread made from flour provided by the American Red Cross. Shoes designed to mimic cow tracks used by bootleggers during Prohibition in the U.S. to avoid detection while transporting illegal alcohol through rural areas. A beach basket, a type of covered chair designed to protect the occupant from wind, sand, and sun, 1882. Construction of the Forth Road Bridge in Scotland. Workers are seen working on towering suspension cables, illustrating the dangerous working conditions of the time. A method used by students of tying their hair to a nail on the wall to prevent themselves from nodding off while studying late at night. Two men are using their strength to pull a narrow boat along the canal bank, a common method of transporting goods before engines became widely used. A dog carrying a mannequin leg in its mouth, a humorous or unusual moment. Boys smoking on Portland Road, London, members of the teddy boy subculture. Schoolgirls in London, England, take part in a protest against the use of corporal punishment in schools. The students march carrying banners with the clear message, "No to the cane." The first moments of a tornado captured near Garnett, Kansas, as it passed through the area near Central City. An anti-Nazi protest organized by fur workers in New York's Garment District. The banners express opposition to Nazi Germany over its treatment of Jewish people. Surface rupture of the San Andreas Fault after the San Francisco earthquake, showing ground displacement and a mole track formed by strong lateral movement. Jazz legend Louis Armstrong happily signing autographs and drawing a small trumpet on the head of a young fan. Sergeant Stubby, the famous and most decorated dog of World War I. He was known for warning soldiers of gas attacks, locating wounded troops, and even helping capture a German spy. A group stands beside the General Sherman tree in Sequoia National Park, California, the world's largest tree by volume, next to a small wooden cabin with a stone chimney. Inside the treasury of Tutankhamun's tomb, in Egypt's Valley of the Kings, a statue of Anubis sits on a gilded wooden shrine designed to be transported on a sled. Police inspect a truck disguised as a lumber vehicle, but secretly carrying illegal alcohol in Los Angeles, 1926, during Prohibition, after detecting a strong smell of liquor.